Hello BookTube, my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to the Owlery. Today is the 21st day of Vlogmas, I think. I don't know, I pre-record all these videos so I can't even keep track of what day it is. But I know that today I'm going to be talking about my favorite and least favorite graphic novels and comics of 2016. I have read issues 1 through 6 of Insects this year, and I can definitely say that these were all fantastic. Not only does it star two lesbian main characters, it is written and colored, and the artwork is done by all women, which I love. I just think that this is a really great series. Now, it's set in Victorian era England, and the main characters, the lesbian lovers, are they're like insects, like literally they can transform into like these insect monster things, but they kind of like kill people in order to do the right thing. Like they kill only bad people and stuff like that. But anyway, this is a really good series and I fell in love with this year. I also love like how colorful all of the comics are. I just think that they look really good on my shelf and I really enjoyed this series, you guys. I read issues 11 through 15 of Sex Criminals this year, and these were really good up until like the last issue was not very good, and I'm really worried that this series is going to get like worse and worse because it's getting a little out there for me. But I think I'm going to continue on with this series. It was really good in the beginning, and for those of you who enjoy kind of like funny and adult themes, this is a great comic. It's not one for beginners, definitely, but for those of you who are looking for something funny and adult themed, this is a great comic to start with. My favorite comic issues of the year, hands down, were 5 through 10 of Tokyo Ghost, and this is a finished series. It's over, and I cried because I went to go pick up the 10th issue of Tokyo Ghost when it was scheduled to come out, and I go to checkout, and the lady at the checkout was like, "Isn't this so sad that it's ending?" And I was just like, "What do you mean it's ending?" Like, I had no idea. And so she was like, "Yeah, Rick Remender and the other authors and colorists and artists are taking a break from the series to, like, I guess Rick Remender's going to work on something else." And I literally practically died. And the way that they ended the series was like pretty final. Like, they said that there's a possibility that they could come back and do some more, but it's over. And for those of you guys who you know, are wanting to pick up a really good story, this is like epic. It does have some adult themes, but it is basically about a future of our world where humans have basically completely decimated Earth, but there is this one area called Tokyo that is like a haven from technology and pollution, and there are plants and gardening and everything like that. And our two main characters, a boy and a girl who are in a romantic relationship, are looking to find this haven of Tokyo, and it's just a really great story, and I highly recommend this, especially for people who have read a lot of graphic novels in the past. The way that the panels are in this are a bit confusing and all over the place, so it's definitely not for a beginner, but if you're looking to start a new story, the first trade paperback bind up of this is out, and I believe the second one is coming out very soon. I feel like I can't talk excitedly about Tokyo Ghost because even though I love this series so much, it's literally my favorite comic series like ever. It just, every time I talk about it, it makes me so sad that it's over because the main characters are just like, oh, my everything, and literally I'm gonna cry again just thinking about my favorite series in the whole world being over. Because Tokyo Ghost is ending, the people at my comic book store recommended Seven to Eternity, which is also written by Rick Remender, which is a new comic series that he's starting. And I only read the first issue. I believe the second issue is out right now, and I have to go get it. But I really enjoyed the first issue. It's very high fantasy. I feel like it's very like colorful and unique. I feel like this could definitely be like a movie, and I love the coloring on this. I don't know, it's just, I'm not really sure what to expect from this series yet so far because I've only read the first issue, but I did really enjoy the first one as of yet. I read issues 9 through 16 of Descender by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen this year, and this is probably my second favorite of the entire year. It was absolutely fantastic. I really, really enjoyed this comic series. This is about, like, technology and AI and robots and how they were kind of decimated from the earth, but there's a couple of them left and everyone is out to get them, and it's just a really, really good series this year. I really enjoyed that. I mean, like, that's one of the robots that survived, and, like, one of them's evil and one of them's good, and I don't really even know where the story is going right now, but I know that I really, really enjoyed Descender, and I cannot wait to read what's left in this series. I also really like the covers for this one. I just think that they are very, very good. I kind of wish they were more colorful. Like, the last 4 have all been basically all white, and I'm just like, can we get some, like, different colors in there? But other than that, the covers are really good. I mean, what really matters is the story, and the story is absolutely fantastic, especially if you're a fan of science fiction or AI or futuristic comic series. This is a winner. I read The Shadow Queen by Daniel T. Thompson, and I didn't realize until after I was done with the book that this is the second book in the series for the Once Upon a Time graphic novels, and so I was very confused, and I had no idea what was going on, but I'm pretty sure it's because I read the second one, but because I was disappointed with it, I wasn't, like, excited about reading the first one, but I definitely have to put that on my TBR for next year to read the first Once Upon a Time graphic novel. I read volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Niobe by, I don't remember the girl's name, but the woman who created this, Amandla Stenberg. I think she is, from what I heard from the people at the graphic novel store telling me, from the comic book store telling me, is that she's like a 14-year-old girl, and I just really love this, especially because the main character is a person of color. I just think that this was a really, really great comic series. If I can even show you, like, some of the artwork and the coloring done for this, like, it's just, it looks so good. It's like a movie, and the art is beautiful, and the storyline is great. Like, it just, they go so well together. I mean, like, look at those colors, you guys. They're just so vibrant and pretty, and I love them so much. Like, it's probably the prettiest comic series that I have ever read, and I am obsessed with this one. This is brand new, and this is probably one of the more expensive comic series that I write. Like, I think they're like $4 a piece, which is like $1 or 2 more than most, and that's such a bummer, but it's so worth it to read a book that is written by a woman and designed by a woman and thought of by a woman who's a teenager, from what I've heard, and that's so beautiful, and the story is so good, and this is, like, definitely a winner, and I'm hoping that they come out with a trade paperback of Niobe, because this is just amazing. It's called Niobe She's Life, and it is written again by Amandla Stenberg, and I'll put the name here if you guys are interested in getting this, because it is a great, great graphic novel series. I read Giant Days Volume 1 and 2, and this is about 3 or 4 girls who are starting their first year of college, and I was unimpressed with this. I mean, the artwork was okay, but the story and the characters really felt drab to me, but it honestly probably has to do with the fact that it's a contemporary graphic novel, and I just wasn't impressed, unfortunately. But I've heard a lot of people really like this. I mean, it's very colorful, the artwork is great, it's just the story was not for me. And then I read Paper Girls Volume 1, which was fantastic. This is about a group of girls who have paper route in the 1980s, I believe, and they're 12 years old, and they're kind of like the first women girls to have a paper route. This is usually like a male-dominated field, I guess, and they kind of all get together so that they can support each other and protect one another, and they kind of, like, uncover the story of the year, is what it says on, like, the graphic novel, but it's a lot more than that. It's like science fiction and time traveling, and it's, like, really, really good. It was not what I expected at all, and it was amazing, and I cannot wait to read Volume 2. And last but not least, I read Lumberjanes Volume 1, 2, and 3. I was more disappointed with each and every one as I continued on with the series, unfortunately. The characters are unique and funny, but the storyline, I just can't connect with it all. I do appreciate the fact that this does have LGBTQ characters, a female-female relationship, and I know that's definitely something that is needed in the graphic novel world. You don't really see that as often as other relationships apparently, obviously. But no, yeah, so I just really didn't like Lumberjanes at all, unfortunately, but I know that a lot of other people really, really enjoy this series. So I'm sure it just has something to do with me and my preferences, but it just wasn't for me. Alright guys, that is it for my yearly wrap up of all of the graphic novels and comics that I read. I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to know what comics and graphic novels that you guys read this year. Let me know down in the comments below. If you want to check out my most recent video, you can click right there, or if you want to subscribe, you can click right there. And if you want to check out the description, all of my links to my social media are down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!